All right, in this video we're going to continue with Chapter 9, the Pythagorean Theorem, and we're looking at circles. So we're still using the Pythagorean Theorem, so let's take a look back at what we were doing with distance formula. Now, we've got the distance formula in this box here, but really it's the Pythagorean Theorem. We've got c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, but our a squared is typically the distance between the two x values of our coordinates, and the b squared is the distance between our y values of our coordinates. So this is really c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, and that's how we've been working with it. If for some reason you love to memorize formulas and you want to memorize these, feel free. But I would just continue to use the Pythagorean theorem for our distance formula. So let's go back and talk about a circle. The definition of a circle is that we're going to start with a point, and then we're going to find all the points that are a fixed distance, so say 10 centimeters away from this. So I'm going to go 10 centimeters this way, 10 centimeters this way, 10 this way, 10 this way, and then I'm going to find all the other points that are 10 centimeters away, and if I found all of those points, it would end up making a circle. So the definition is the set is just a bunch of things, the set of all points a fixed distance from a given point. And this given point, that's just what we start with. That would be this given point here. We call that the center. Given point is the center. Distance to circle is the radius. So I could draw on a radius here. Anywhere from this point to the circle would be a radius, and typically we use the variable r. So we're going to look at a specific example here. We want to write the equation for the circle with center 5, 4, and radius 7 units. So just like before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a right triangle here. And I've got some point here. We'll call this xy. And remember, this is our x distance. And this is our y distance. And when I say x distance and y distance, the x distance, this is 5, 4 here. The x distance is just the distance from 5 to wherever x is. That's my x distance, which would represent that side of our right triangle. And then the y distance would be the vertical distance between point A and point B, which is represented by this leg, the shorter leg of the right triangle. So my x distance here the x of point B is, we're using x, so I'm going to write x, and then to find the distance I subtract the other value, and the x value of A is 5, so my x distance is x minus 5. So if I knew what x and y were, I could find out how long that leg is, but for now we're just going to write it as this expression. And then my y distance, so I've got y, and then to find the distance I subtract the y coordinate there, so y minus 4. So this is like our a in the Pythagorean theorem, and this is like our b. And so we're going to use c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. So a squared, that's going to be x minus 5 squared. I just took this value here. That was my x distance, which represented a. And my y distance, that's y minus 4 squared. And This value c, I'm going to rewrite that as segment AB, so segment AB squared. And really this is a radius of the circle, so now I'm going to replace that with r and flip-flop these. So I've got x minus 5 squared plus y minus 4 squared, and again I'm replacing segment AB with r is equal to r squared. So this is the equation of the circle. So again, it's really just a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and we're just applying it to a circle. That's it for this video. We'll look at a little bit more in the next one. If you feel like you need to rewatch it, that's a great idea. Otherwise, make sure that you get all of your questions answered, and we'll see you in the next one.